Oh my God. Wait, where are all these comments coming from?
That's right. What's up, everybody? Good to see
Hey guys.
everybody. And once again on Friday night, we are happy and excited. I hope you can hear me. Hope my mic's not like deafening and it's not so low that you can't hear me. But it's good to see everybody. Um, I'm excited. Kip looks a lot different this week. Makes it a lot more. What in the world? You hear my thing kicking off over here? Makes it a lot more. Now my technology's going crazy.
You're
Anyway, I was
watching it.
making a joke about. I was watching myself to make sure it comes on. I always do it on my laptop or my iPad or whatever. Anyway, I try to make. That's what I get for trying to say something about Kip. Kip, we miss you, buddy, but Miss Courtney, we're glad to have you on with us tonight. Appreciate you, Dave. Always good to see you, Larry. Are you all doing all right tonight?
Doing excellent. How you guys doing?
Yep, I am doing awesome. I was just telling you guys when I jumped on here, Cassie and I went to a Brazilian steakhouse, just got home like 10 minutes ago. We stuffed our face. It was awesome. Courtney, how you doing, girl?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I don't know how to feel about this. I feel like I'm crashing boys' night or something.
No, that's right. We have to have something to make the show more appealing, right? Like, oh man, it's awesome to have you on and speak with you. You need that perspective too, and we're glad to have you on. So how's the book going? That's what I'm always curious about. Like I'm always trying to check you out and see how the recipe book's going because I know you've been involved with that and all the stuff that you guys are doing.
Me first.
Yeah, you. You-
Yeah, it's
how's
going.
the?
Sorry, there's a delay.
It's probably my internet. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but no,
mine's
the
on low,
cookbook,
but
it's coming along. It's stressful. It's interesting. I cried a few days ago, but it's okay. Yeah, I got back. I haven't even looked at more than the one. I got back some of my edits of things I've sent in so far to the editor, and I opened up the first one and it was like completely red. I'm like, okay. I'm going to tuck this away and I'll look at it this weekend. So I have that ahead of me. But yeah, it's going good. I'm like slowly chipping away. I'm probably halfway done. My deadline's January 31st. I can't wait to like turn all that in. I feel like that will be a relief, even though I'll still have a lot of edits to do. And then like on to
Mhm.
the fun part, like marketing this thing and like getting it out there and getting everyone excited and giving people some sneak peeks on the recipes. So yeah, it's been an interesting process. It still feels surreal.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's a cool opportunity. I mean, like the whole writing the book thing. I don't know how many people out there think about that kind of thing. I've actually thought about it for a long time, writing a book, just from the different stuff I've encountered and done, and seen and stuff. But like I'll get the idea and I'll start and I'll like write say 20 or 30 pages and then I'll be like, oh, this is dumb, and I'll put that notebook somewhere and it'll stay there for God knows how long, and then until I get that kick again, and I'll just be like, well, I don't want to start here. I got to start with fresh ideas. These are old ideas, and I'll start another one, write 30 pages, and I've done that for so many different times. So I'm excited for anybody who can already be halfway and getting ready to complete the task. That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness, we got a bunch of people jumping in. It's good to see everybody and jumping in, commenting. And if you guys have any questions, just stick a Q at the beginning of them, just so we can see them. Uh, I lose track. My eyes are like squinting for that, plus the lights and everything. Um, but it's definitely good to see everybody. And
And remember
this
to
is a great.
smash that like button, guys.
You read my mind. That's
Sorry.
exactly what I was gonna say. No matter where you're at, what channel you're watching on, whether you jumped in on Courtney's channel, Carnivore Quest, on Dave's channel or mine, we appreciate that, and share it with somebody you would think it might help, and always good. What you been doing, Larry? Man, other than going to Brazilian steakhouse,
uh,
what you been working
all
on?
that was about it today. Gosh, Cassie's actually done like 2, 3 recipe videos this week. Done some editing. Been eating really clean And I just celebrated 9 years sobriety. I released a video yesterday giving my full testimony. Anybody want to hear Real Miracle, go check that one out. I just sat down, share my heart for about 30 minutes and tell everybody, because I've had a lot of people ask over the last 2.5, 3 years, whenever I talk about quitting alcohol, I find a lot of people that start a carnivore diet and then they try and get rid of alcohol because of course it's not part of it. And some people realize they have a little bit of problem giving it up, and so a
Mhm.
lot of people have reached out to me when they've heard I had quit. And I never really told the story of what happened that day and how I did quit. So yeah, today and tonight was kind of a celebration, for that 9 years. So it's a good week, man. How about you, Dave? What you working on?
I've just been, running around between home and my kind of co-working thing, and just doing a bit of video editing, doing a few interviews. I'm enjoying it so far. It's
I
a exciting little journey for me so far. So yeah.
I have a video request for you. Be really cool. Do like a Dave Mack, a day in the life, and show you vlog your trip down to the little cafe. That internet cafe you were telling us about.
Mm.
That'd be awesome, man. Show your like work day. I'd really be interested in seeing that in Japan. That'd be cool.
Okay. I think that one will be pretty easy to get put together. So maybe look out for that in the coming week.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome, very cool.
That
Yeah.
is
And
something. I was talking. Go ahead.
how
Sorry.
how have you been, Sean?
Until today, I was pretty good. Obviously, I talked to you guys about the my car malfunction. Like, I don't know, stuff like that freaks you out, and it gives you kind of like. So tonight, I'll preface. I got in my other car that I hit a deer in. Long story. And was gonna go get a water. Matter of fact, Topo Chico's. And so I jumped in the car and head that way, and I'm coming back, and I'm like, man, that just shows you the brevity of life and how fast things can happen. And it's not something that I'm just now learning. It's something that I knew, but it doesn't matter how healthy you are. It doesn't matter how many good things you've done. It doesn't matter how you feel about whatever. I jump in the car to go get a water or to go get an outfit or whatever. Like, that could literally be the last time that I speak to my wife and my children, and not because of my own doing. I had no plans, no intentions, for anything like that to happen. But we all have to face those thoughts, and man, anytime something happens like that, like, it just brings it home to me because I'm a thinker, I guess. Especially now, I just ponder that stuff. You know what I mean?
So
Wow.
so what happened today?
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't say. Well, I mean, I know you guys know. So so I was heading to go get an outfit, and I'm not more than 2 miles from the house, and my side airbag, I hear it pop, and as soon as it pops, like, I don't know if I hit the brakes or the brakes locked up. Either way, my car just starts to slide sideways, and it went off in a ditch, and then it came back out, and I was just like just that quick. Fortunately, there was no other cars really around. I didn't hit anything other than the ditch, but it tore my car up pretty good. And, like, I don't know, it freaked me out a little bit. So I turned straight around and brought the car. I was able to get it home, and my tire basically blew right as I started coming off the car, right as I got to the house, to the driveway here. But it messed it up pretty good, man. I'm kind of banged up. My whole side. I'm so banged up that I took an ibuprofen. That's how bad it is, because my side was hurting. But there's not a whole lot they can do for ribs if it's a rib anyway. As long as I don't have no breathing problems, I should be good. But yeah, so I mean, it's just been a wild day, wild and crazy day. Everything else is good though.
Glad you're okay. Wow.
Yeah, thanks, brother. I was gonna say before I forget too, like, Larry, that was a good video. I got to jump on. I did a live yesterday with Susan Boykin, our friend from the group, and Martha, Living La Vida Carney, awesome channel she's got And so I just jumped on. It was sharing, testimony and stuff, and this journey and the story and carnivore and how it can impact so many people. And right up to that, it was right before that's when you released your testimony video, man. And I just want to say congratulations, man, on 9 years. That's a big deal, dude. And
Appreciate that. Appreciate
definitely
that,
not
man.
easy.
No, well, it's nothing I did. You know that from watching the video.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it can. Me and Cassie, our life was completely restored, and after all the tragedy we had been through, and couldn't be happier, man. And it's a Friday night, weekend's here, and we're all chilling, going to talk a little carnivore. I'm in a good
Hmm.
mood. I'm in a good mood, y'all. So
Oh, absolutely. Courtney, are you still doing the cold plunge stuff?
We have kind of fallen off of that. I blame my husband. He's like the setter upper of it. But I also bought a quarter cow and we don't have room in our freezer for our ice blocks. So that's part of it. But you know what? We really need like one of those tubs with a chiller that's just always ready for you to get in. This was a good starter one, and I think it made us know if we want to do it or not. But
Mm.
having one that's ready to go would be ideal because it's kind of a pain in the butt I mean, not really a pain in the butt, but you just got to take the time to do it. And it takes a while to get cold and all that. But those big tubs are expensive. So if anyone wants to sell
Right,
me one,
right.
you got to be committed for those things.
but I highly recommend it. Like they're so good. Like it's life changing. You literally come out, you feel like you can, take on the world. It's just like very empowering. Like it shifts the mood. Oh, I just saw Sammy in the comments. Hi, Sammy. Yeah, I love it. I love it. We do need to get back to it. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, I remember seeing you guys, you and your husband doing it on your stories on Instagram, and I was like, damn, and we actually talked about it here on the stream, I don't know, a few weeks ago, how invigorating it looked. I mean, I've taken cold showers before, but to do that on a daily, you're taking cold showers right now, aren't you, Sean? For the
Hmm.
75 hard,
Well,
right?
it's not part of the phase that I'm in, but I've
Oh,
been doing it. I've been doing it anyway, just because I know it's coming, and that's just how my mind works. Like if I know something's coming, I'm gonna get used to it right now. Like so, yeah, I do. I do take those cold showers, and I can tell the difference. Like honestly, I feel different. Like my body, it's almost like it makes my body like respond a lot more, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It's weird, but it does. I seen when Nisha Berry started doing them today. She posted a video or something about doing the cold plunge today. That's kind of what made me think of it. And I was like, man, But I haven't
Yeah.
done it in one of those tubs like you guys.
The shower is harder because you're just like
Really?
being like
right.
pelted with cold bullets. At least with like the tub, like you get in and you get numb. Like after a couple minutes,
Hmm.
you're numb. But with the shower, it's like there's kind of like that relief and you're not submerged. So yeah, I mean, I highly recommend
Uh,
the tub if you can stand the showers because I did that part of 75 hard and I didn't finish
Hmm.
that one phase. The showers were
Oh wow.
totally crazy.
Well, let's see. That it's definitely something. I think that's probably one of the cold shower might be the only thing through all those phases that like messes with me, because like the drinking water I'm good with, the two workouts, I mean, it is what it is, all the different steps, they're all different, and I guess everybody has theirs that they kind of like look at. I think the challenge, the first 75 days part of that might be hands down one of the best challenges that I have ever seen. I don't know if there may be others out there that I just don't know about, but it is absolutely amazing. Not only in my opinion, but being able to do it with some of the folks in our group and seeing the changes real time in their life has been it's been amazing. It's been it almost, well, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it, because seeing those changes take place in them is almost as fulfilling to me as looking back on what I've accomplished. You know what I mean? Because you seeing other people get it and be able to run with it in their life and knowing that they've got that and it's something that they're not just gonna, you know, you can't fake it till you make it. You either do it or you don't do it, like one of the two. But once you get that, and you make those changes, it is absolutely incredible to watch. You know.
What day are you on?
We're done. All I know is we're done the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay, so
So
you're almost
we're
done.
yeah, we're like yeah. So 1, 2. I don't know what day. Like I know we're past day 20. I count backwards, so we're inside of 20 days left to go. So we're like 10 or 15 days, something like that. How many days till the 25th, 4th, something like that?
Do you have like senioritis yet? Like, are you over it? I remember getting like super overwhelmed by all the tasks. Like, I would wake up and want to I'm like, can't I just get them all done now? Like, having them hang over my head all day was kind of a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, for like with the water, drinking the water has been probably the easiest thing for me because I used to drink like 2 gallons of water a day. I probably still close to that, just naturally. I mean, I don't without even forcing it, you know, just naturally. I always drank a lot like that, so that's been no big deal. I usually have that task technically complete before lunch. Obviously the 2 45-minute workouts. I do both of them after I get off work. So, you know, with everything that's been going on, it's been one thing after the other. I've been out there at midnight before walking up and down the street about getting hit by cars and stuff like that. Cause they don't, you know, people don't walk around here in the woods after midnight, not in the backwoods of South Carolina. Let me just tell you, unless you hunting like coon hunting or something like that, like raccoons with a flashlight and all those little tracking device things they carry around, you're not out there to walk around at night. But I don't know, man. It's been hanging over your head. I'm the same way. I like to get up and get it done. For sure. Oh my goodness. We do have some stuff. I guess I should mention we're like almost 20 minutes in. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate you joining the membership, man. That we appreciate that. And Dee's asked, great channel. Do you coach? Do you do coaching, Larry?
No, I do not. And I would never even consider coaching until I am at a healthy weight for an extended period of time and I get a little more educated. But yeah, if you need accountability or something, partner, just I help people out for free. So just message me or whatever, you know. But no, I don't do coaching right now. And
Awesome.
thank you.
Absolutely. What about you, Dave, Courtney? Do either one of y'all do any coaching on the side or anything? Like coaching with people?
I do a bit of coaching, but not for anything to do with carnivore or anything to do with health. I do public speaking coaching, but that's about it. Courtney, how about you?
I don't. I did a group coaching this past like January to help everyone getting going. But yeah, I don't. I mean, I feel like I technically just do free coaching in the DMs. I'm constantly asking questions. I also, like you guys, have a Facebook group. I just started my Facebook group, so I'm helping people there. It would be smarter to just, I mean, that's kind of why I did the group coaching at first. It's like, I'm doing it all day long in the DMs. Let's gather everybody together. But I got too much going on to add something else to my plate, pun intended.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I agree the same thing. Ever since I jumped in with Carnivore Quest and started moderating, not like that was, you know, elevate me to some position of now I've attained and I have some, you know, to coach, but like I started working with people in this community even back during that time. I mean, it's one thing to be able to do it yourself, but it's a whole nother issue to be able to help other people to do it. You know, it's like just because you can do something doesn't mean you can coach other people to do what you've done, you know? So people that do, you know what I mean? Like it's amazing. You know, and if you're running those groups, you know, like Carnivore Quest, like your group, like mine as well, there's always that interaction. I spend as much time conversing with people in for free in the group, for whatever, in the DMs, as I do on YouTube. So, but you get that one-on-one help, a lot of times. So I think it's a good thing. What'd you say, Larry?
I was just gonna say, Sean and I had a conversation, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I told him, you finished the race, you killed the carnivore diet, you have a medical background, and coaching is definitely, I think, in his near future. Where as for me and Cassie, it's just, I think I mean, you have to lose all your weight and live it for a while. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
some people in the space that start a channel and then they start coaching and they haven't, they haven't finished the
Yeah.
race. Like, oh my gosh, I mean, to each his own, right? But I just wouldn't feel
Mm-hmm.
right doing that. But believe me, it's been on our mind because, like Sean said, you put all that time into the group and helping people, and your time's worth money. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually I'd like to make some kind of income in that capacity. But we've been helping people for nothing for 3 years, so, and we'll continue to do
Yeah.
that. And again, Dees, thank you very much. Super chat means a lot. Appreciate that.
I will
Absolutely.
say though, Larry, just to encourage you a little bit if you are wanting to, I don't think you need to be at your goal weight. I think all you need to be for anyone to coach anything is just be a few steps ahead of whoever's starting. Like some people just need help on how to get started. I mean, you could coach people to get started. You don't have to be at your goal weight. You've done this for enough time. You know what you're doing. So I wouldn't, I mean, if you're wanting to do it, don't let that hold you back.
Well, all right, everybody, sign up for tomorrow.
Well, I mean,
10%.
that's
I,
that's the
I got
thing, man. Like, Pete, go ahead, brother.
no, I got Courtney Luna's. She just gave me the go ahead. I'm in.
She just gave you the green light.
I
But I
got
mean, what I
I
was
got endorsed, sucker.
that's right.
No, go ahead, man.
Oh, well, the thing is, man, like people want somebody to believe in them. That's the majority of the deal, and that's why we do a lot. All of us. I mean, that's what you're doing with your YouTube channel, with your videos. You're basically coaching, on a larger scale. It's just not one on one. I mean, we come on here and share the stuff we found that worked for us, that doesn't work for us. Maybe it'll work for you, maybe it won't, but you figure that out. I think coaching is a great thing. It's something that I've looked at. But at the end of the day, like Courtney said, I've got so much on my plate between trying to do the YouTube thing, trying to run the group, work full time, have a family, and those kinds of things. It's like, I'm not going to do something when I can't adequately, commit the amount of time that it takes, because I respect what it is. Do I think you need a coach to do carnivore? No. I think the coaching will help you to have more, like Larry said, the accountability and the one-on-one interaction, and it may just push you. May not need it long. Who knows? But it's definitely something I thought about. And my biggest issue, honest to God, is the pricing stuff, because I'm not a good seller like that. Obviously, you got to get paid for your time. It's a lot of time is valuable, and I got bills to pay just like everybody else. But at the same time, I don't want it to appear like, well, we're charging you money to get you to a certain point when you don't really need that.
Right.
If I got to work that out, but it's definitely on mine. Barbara asked, where's Kip? Man, come on now. Kip's hit and miss. He said something last week that he wasn't going to be able to make it. He had some other obligation. He should be back next week or the week after, something like that. As long as he don't get carried away at that wedding. My man. Love you, Kip. Let's see here. Let's grow Texas. Dave, what was your why for going carnivore, Michelle?
Good question, Michelle. I was an alcoholic and I had pre-diabetes, and I needed to get those under control before I was forced onto medication. And it all hit me at once, and being hit with all that at once, I kind of felt like I've got to do something. It really kind of put the wind up me. So I just, when the doctor was trying to get me to take some medication for the alcohol, I said, okay, well, give me a little bit of time to try and sort this out. And I knew keto would give me self-control, so I went keto, and that quickly morphed into carnivore, and 18 months later, here I am. So yeah, it was alcohol and pre-diabetes.
Awesome.
That's what's up. Courtney, what was your why?
Well, to try and make it short, I was keto and low carb on and off for like 7 years. So I was doing somewhat okay. And then I got caught up into the anti-diet culture where they're like all foods fit, everything's on the table, eat what everything you want in moderation, And so I tried that, and in 4 months I gained 40 pounds. Looking back, I realized like I need to abstain, I can't moderate. Like an alcoholic with drinks, you can't just have one. So that's where I went wrong. And I was in a super horrible place. So it came to the point where I was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. My husband was showing me Saladino's videos. I'm like, this is crazy, but I'm willing to give it a try. And so that was it. And that's what started it. And yeah, I've never been better.
Never look back. It's amazing. It's amazing what your body can do with it. Knowing how to handle the right, correct nutrients that it was intended to have. Not just to stop the problem, but to correct the issues that we did create. I mean, two different functions. Larry, what about you, man? What was your why for carnivore?
Well, I mean, Cassie, she had colon cancer, and once she had that removed, that was quite a while ago. But that was really our why. We started looking into things, and we ended up on keto. And right around the time Dr. Berry transferred into carnivore, I was like, you want to give this a shot? Because we had trouble staying on the keto diet. There was just a lot to it, and carnivore was much simpler. And that's when we started our YouTube channel too. It was actually our first day on carnivore. So yeah, that was my why though, is to keep her diet clean, keep the sugar away from her, and in with the thought of that, keeping that cancer at bay. So that was it.
That's what's up. And I mean, a lot of you guys know my why too. Obviously, I think originally my why was I hadn't really thought through it. I think that's something that I really developed. Because originally it was anything would have worked. Honestly, in the condition that I was in, depressed on the couch, not caring about waking up the next morning. Fortunately, I had tried almost everything else, and that's kind of what got me to that point. And finding this, finding carnivore and just thinking that through and listening to people being honest and trying it, and then relatively quickly noticing a difference in my life by eating this way. Then my why, and I'm still adding to that why list. There's a lot of my whys. My why list grows all the time because you're always finding new reasons to do the right thing and strive to be better, improve your life, and reach for success.
Sean, I'm curious because I know we both have like the mental health struggles in common. I didn't know. Did you know that eating this way could change your mental health? Did you know that was a benefit before you started?
No, not before I started. Absolutely not. I didn't realize. I did not even hear Dr. Berry talk about the mental health aspect of it a whole lot. I heard all the stuff about the medical conditions as far as like gout and hypertension and some of the stuff. I'm like, there's like, obviously this guy, people are crazy. They're saying that their hair is turning from gray back to its original color. Like that just doesn't happen, right? People are getting rid of type 2 diabetes. Like these people are just, this has got to be a cult, there's something crazy about this. And the more you listen, I'm like, and then, like I said, extremely quickly, the mental health thing, and that I think that's probably what held me to it, especially starting out, getting that mental clarity and that depression lifting. Obviously, I couple my faith with it, but like God, either way, God took the nutrients that I ate and used it to do whatever, that's how he did it. So, I mean, it's quite amazing. Yeah. That mental depression, I didn't know it was a possibility, but I know for a fact it is. And it's one of the best side effects of this that you'll ever experience.
Yeah, I agree. And I actually didn't know I didn't know a lot jumping into this. Like for me, it was like I
Mm-mm.
felt like crap. And I was kind of coming at it from a weight loss stance is what I did like for the last 25 years too. So it wasn't until
Mm.
I mean, I just started like because my husband's like, let's start. I'm like, okay, let's start. I'm just, trusting him that we should give this a try. It wasn't until I was like in it and started sharing because I was already online sharing my journey. It wasn't until I was in it that I started then seeing like the other influencers essentially and doctors. Before that, it was just Saladino. And so I didn't
Mm.
even learn about like the health aspect side of things till I was already in it, which is like so crazy to me. I don't know if I just always assumed being a healthy weight meant you were healthy, but like this is like the first time in my life where I'm like actually like coming from like a nutrition place now, but it didn't start out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, yeah, I was just interesting. I can't even talk. Interested to know if you knew going into
Mm-mm.
this because that's like I want people now to know like, oh my gosh, you're struggling, you have this and this, like please give this a shot. Like you don't have to be, as miserable as you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's a huge influencing factor for me because like I mean, the very first thing that I thought of was I'm almost 500 pounds. Like in all honesty, when you're almost 500 pounds and you're that depressed, like all you could think about is how fat you are and how miserable you are, even to just get around. And and then you couple that depression on top of it. You just like you coming from a place of hopelessness and just everything you do, if you did wake up motivated and started moving in the right direction, something else finds a way to just tighten down on the other side of the issues in your life and just drag you right back in. So that depression being lifted and finding hope in the energy and all to which, like I said, relatively quickly made a huge impact in my life. That's what drives me even now, man. That's why I'm so passionate about this, because you do not have to continue to live in that hopeless, depressive state. Like one of the first steps in the overarching message is, you know, give your body the nutrition that it needs because you love yourself. If take our word for it for 60 to 90 days, try it for yourself and then come back and talk to us, because it's going to do amazing things that you have no earthly idea. And quite honestly, even as much as we talk on the lives and whatnot, we're describing everything would be, I mean, we don't cover it all here either.
Sorry, can I just jump in with a message for Cassie?
Oh
Cassie, you
yeah.
just mentioned in the comments, Dave Mack translate. I was just reading the comments as they were going past. The translation's not very pleasant. So if there's any way of disconnecting that particular commenter, then that's probably a good thing. Thank you for the sorry for the interruption.
Oh no, that's cool. Let's see here. I need to get to this. Let's see. That's what somebody else was just asking. Christy asked, I am 10 days in. When will I feel energetic? I'm so tired. Yeah, I mean, by a month and a half to 2 months, you should be able to tell a difference. I know for me, that's how it happened. Whenever they started. What about you, Larry? When did you start noticing the energy boost?
Right around 3 weeks, Christy. Yeah, I get the keto flu for a couple days after about 3 weeks, and then boom, I start feeling great. It takes some people longer. Some people only takes a week to get in ketosis, but once you're there, so 10 days, don't even sweat it. Just keep eating that nutritious food, and it'll come. Dave, how about you? How long did it take?
I was already somewhat fat adapted, I think, because I'd done keto and low carb in the past, so I don't think it hit me as much. But I would say, just based on my original experience with kind of keto, low carb, I would say you want to give it about at least 4 weeks to kind of just get past everything and start feeling a little bit of energy. How about you, Courtney?
Yeah, I feel like anything that happens and anything you feel in the first 2 weeks is probably normal. I think everything's wonky, you're adjusting. I feel like after a few weeks I was pretty good. Just make sure, I mean, I even feel like it's hard to maybe even eat enough in the beginning, like it coming from however you are before to this high fat and high protein diet, it's very satiating. So, there might be an adjustment there. Like maybe you're not eating enough because you're getting full quicker. I would pay attention to your electrolytes. That can help. Um, Give it minimum of 30 days. And like ideally, I felt something magical happen after 3 months. So I would give it 3 months before anybody threw in the towel, but I feel like you
Mhm.
should get your energy soon. I would hope.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
want to add to what she said there, Courtney. You hit it on the head. 90 days, man. I was feeling good. I mean, like really good.
Mhm.
Cassie and I even did some videos on it, on our current run when we hit 90 days. It was amazing. You know what a difference. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because 90 days, man, you're rocking. Sean.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 90 days will make a 500-pound man walk the streets.
Yeah, right.
Making videos. Oh my goodness, man. That's wild. It's good stuff. That energy will come, like, because I had no energy. I can assure you, I would sleep all night, get up and take a nap. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest too. That's the other thing. Get rest. Make sure your hormones are balanced. Make sure your diet's clean. Make sure there's a lot of things you can check. Usually that's the first places that I go. That energy boost is amazing. And Carrie asked the question: the carnivore community seems so close and supportive. Do you feel like you've found your best friends through this lifestyle? Do you hang out with any of them outside of YouTube? Courtney, what about you? You have friends, carnivore friends outside of YouTube or anything?
I talk to my carnivore friends online more than my real life friends. Like it's so true, because I think we have so much more in common than just what we're eating. I think we're all kind of like questioning things, and maybe we don't trust the government and this and that, and we're biohacking. Like there's a lot of things that we have
Mm-hmm.
common ground. And so it's just fun and exciting to find your people. And yeah, I feel like that's such a huge part of this community, is that it's actual like community. So yes, I wish I don't have any that live close enough, but I have done meetups. I did KetoCon. I'm going to be back at KetoCon, and like it's so amazing to meet all these people in real life. Like yeah, it's been
Mm-hmm.
wonderful.
Dave, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. I fell into this, and I never imagined that, I would expand my circle of friends like it has through this. I'm kind of remote. I'm in Japan, so catching up with real people, people in real life, sorry, is a little bit more challenging. I've got one friend here that I've caught up with that I met through Carnivore, but we communicate offline, where we can't meet up in person with everyone, like with Sean and Larry and Courtney, and yeah, it's great. It's been awesome. How about you, Larry?
Yeah, I have many more friends in the carnivore community. I never had a lot of friends to begin with. Cassie and I are, I mean, I could count like really good friends I trust with like taking care of my kids or something, on one hand, and that's from my entire life. So, yeah, a lot of friends have been made in our 3 years in this space, and it really has been cool. Not only from our comment section, from our videos, building a relationship with our audience, but YouTubers too. And we don't do a lot of collaborations. But I feel like other YouTubers in my niche are like, I got your back. You're my family. It's like a gang. Don't mess with my pals. And so
Hmm.
there's always, I mean, I've spoken to Courtney maybe twice, and I feel like I know her. Plus, we follow her on Instagram too. But and Dave and Sean, I these people in in the YouTube carnivore community feel like family to me automatically. And
Hmm.
then Sean's coming over for dinner tomorrow night, so I mean, fortunately, he lives close, and he actually hasn't been to our house since we did that interview. What was that, Sean? About a year and a half ago, and Sean had lost 100 pounds. He still had 160 to go. And I'll tell you, I mean, what a difference. I mean, just from then till now, he's a different guy.
Mm.
He was very meek. He was very shy. I had to like make him feel when he first got here. I had to, just make him feel comfortable, and so he'd open up a little bit. I could tell, but now he's a
Mhm.
completely different dude. We were talking about mental health, a few
Mhm.
minutes ago, and that's been. I mean, I saw Cassie make an amazing change, but Sean was even more drastic, which is crazy. But yeah, back to the original question. I have a lot of friends in the carnivore community, and I love it. So there you go.
Mm.
I'll
Well,
shut
that kind of ties all the points that were made together quite well. I feel like talk about friends. Like I stumbled as a, you know, just finding this way of eating, not a couple of days, and I stumbled into Carnivore Quest as a group before I knew Carnivore Quest as a YouTube video maker or anything like that. That's how I found the group first before I knew Dr. Barry. That's the only carnivore I knew, and I didn't know he was a carnivore. I thought he was just a doctor that was talking about food, about the carnivore. I didn't understand it at all whenever I found it and stumbled into the group. And to be able to be taken from that point there to this point here, you know, you weren't at your goal weight then, Larry, but you definitely coached and helped me for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So that should definitely clear that up. As far as the friend thing, yeah, he's
Where's my money? Just
that's
kidding.
right. As long as what was it? The handle. As long as I owe you, you'll never be broke. That's the quote I was looking for. As long as I owe you, you'll never be broke.
Uh,
Or you
no.
can't get blood. My dad used to say, you can't get blood from a turnip, man.
Yeah, I just messed with you, brother. That's all.
Oh yeah, it's all good. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like these people. Like I'll text them and messages. I feel like whenever I meet people in this space, you have it. We believe so many different things, but most of the people, if not all the people that I come in contact with in this space, are adults about issues. You know what I mean? It's like we don't have to believe the exact same thing on every single little issue, and we can be okay with each other because you're not exactly identical to me. It doesn't make me feel inferior. It doesn't belittle me. It doesn't bring me down or put you up or put me up and bring you down. We can get along, show love, continue the process, and everybody live their own life and support each other and want to see good for each other. That's what this community is about. It's about so much more than just eating a plate of beef or some eggs and butter. Like, yeah, that's all great, but what are you doing outside of that? Like, how is it? I want to know not just how I lost 270 pounds. That's amazing. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I'm excited. I love sharing that with people who that's what they want to experience to show them this can do that for you. But I also think the mental health aspect of it and everything else gets people to see that and they open up to you and you are forming deeper relationships with people too. So I think, I don't know, good question. I appreciate that. And like, it's definitely something that I feel like is prevalent in this community. And it's one of the strongest aspects. Oh, such good stuff. I'm so far behind on the comments, man. Y'all got me like I was already all in my feels from how the day went and like just reminiscing and just being thankful and whatnot. And then come in here and I knew it was gonna be a good time with you guys tonight. It always is. And then the questions are good. Oh, hold on, I missed one right there. Can gout be healed permanently? Like I have not had an issue with it. And I'm off colchicine and allopurinol. Did any of you guys have gout as well? I can't remember.
Nope.
Everything. No gout. Yeah, so I took allopurinol 300 milligrams a day and colchicine. I can't remember the dosage on it. Whenever I would have gout flare-ups, which was every single time I ordered a Papa John's pizza or ate shrimp, all the things that triggered it. But I haven't had any of I've got a bottle of colchicine and allopurinol somewhere because gout is one of the things that I experienced that, I can't imagine anything worse than that. I have never experienced anything worse than the feeling of gout, but I haven't had a flare up. I haven't taken the medicine in over a year. My uric acid level is usually between 6 and 7. So it's not like it's extremely low. It's just my kidneys are functioning properly and getting out whatever needs to be filtered out, and the gout hasn't flared up or came back. So can't really say forever, but a year and a half into forever, it's not doing it right now, and that's what matters to me 100%. Why the cold showers? For whatever reason, do you know that any of the science behind it at all, Courtney? Like, I know it helps. It's supposed to help your mental health, and it's supposed to help you. And like, I understand that, but I haven't read a lot of the literature. I've just heard people who do it talk about it.
Yeah, I'm the worst with like remembering all the science. Like my husband was the one that went down the rabbit hole, so he could tell you all that. I know that it is science backed. I can't tell you what it's for me, it's like, okay, great. Yeah, it's going to be healthy for you, but I'm in it for like the instant gratification. Like, what's it going to do for me now? So all those are great because you're like, oh, I feel amazing right now. But yes, I know it does something great long term. I know it can help like burn like the brown fat and stuff. Like that's all I know, like long term stuff. Yeah. Sorry. I wish Jeff was here to ask.
Oh, you're doing better than me though. Like I heard it, and normally whenever I hear the right things, like for so long from these people, the scientists and the doctors, and especially in this space, talking about that stuff. Like I start taking their word for it. I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to investigate. I don't need to know the science. You say it works. You've got a pretty good track record. So until you're proven wrong, I'm going to take your word for it and move on. I don't give a crap what some scientist or group of scientists in a lab somewhere put out on a piece of paper telling me about the statistics of this molecule in my blood over time in 6 years subjected to the altitude I live at and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Like, I need to know what works. And I want to listen and surround myself with people who know what work and are seeking some of the same things and driving yet another benefit of this. Y'all got me on like this preaching thing tonight.
I was going to ask something that made me remember, and then I also just saw it in the comments. So I'm right. I remembered correctly. It does help like naturally raise your dopamine levels. So like it can raise like whatever like your baseline is, which is good. Like you don't want to get your dopamine levels from, or like your hits from like going and like gambling or eating sugar or doing like unhealthy things to get those hits. But like a cold shower would be like a good stressor and to help with your dopamine and your mood for sure.
There you go. Maybe if I'd have finished what is the book on is it the dopamine?
No cocaine.
It's the book. No. No cocaine. No, the dopamine brain or something. The dopamine. I can't remember. It's a book. Kelly Hogan was reading it. She was talking about it. Whenever we spoke the last time we talked, and like I cannot remember. I started reading the book and then lost it. But you're right with the dopamine. What grows is what you feed, right? Darla asked, I have so many questions. I'm new to the carnivore. Can you have sweet and low water additives, sparkling water, flavored water, Diet Dr. Pepper? Can you have snacks at night? Whew, let's go. No, I drink the this right here, but I had to gradually grow into it, and now it's my favorite. It used to taste like straight trash to me. I was like, man, somebody took the syrup out of my drink. I need the syrup with the carbonated water part. But now I love it. Your taste changes so much. As far as like, I don't have any of the artificial stuff. I don't have anything that would mess with my blood sugar. The only thing I would ever add to my water is the electrolytes. Outside of that, like none of the Dr. Pepper, the artificial flavor. But that's me. I mean, other people like. I know a lot of people do the elements with the artificial flavoring and stuff, and it doesn't bother them. As a type 2 diabetic, trying to reverse the type 2 diabetes and keep my blood sugar balanced for a more consistent basis over more time. I just I didn't want to go off anything with any kind of sweetener. Plus, I didn't want to trigger my brain to crave those things. But that's how I do it. Courtney, what about you? Like, how do you look at the flavorings and stuff like that? Do you use them? Do you not? You know.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on that. I do not. I think some people can do it and tolerate it just fine. If someone was still struggling with sugar cravings, I would definitely not be having stevia or anything like that. I think that could, cause someone to keep struggling with cravings. Yes, on the sparkling water, I mean, I have some right here. I would be aware of having it with natural flavors. I'm drinking it with natural flavors. It doesn't seem to bother me. It can cause like migraines in some people. So just pay attention to that. I would say no on the Diet Dr. Pepper, but hear me out. If you do want to give it up, I don't think there's anything wrong with weaning yourself off of it. Like you don't need to give everything up day one. If maybe keeping Diet Dr. Pepper in for a little bit is going to keep this sustainable for you, then great. And you know what? If that's also going to be your one vice, I mean, is it ideal? No. But I mean, I know people who are, strict carnivore for years and they still drink Diet Coke. Is it healthy? No. But I mean, if that's what's going to make this, sustainable for you, then there's probably worse things you could be doing. But technically, no, on at least like the Diet Dr. Pepper, I wouldn't do. And as far as snacks at night, I would make sure that you're eating enough during the day and really focus on just having, your meals. That being said, I mean, once in a while, I get a little snacky at night and maybe I'll have some pork rinds, but I would just try and get that in during the day. I would recommend cutting off your food a couple hours before bedtime anyways. So I wouldn't recommend snacks at night.
That's right. Larry, what about you, man? Like, how do you feel about the sweeteners? Has it affected your journey?
Well, I mean, Darla, I don't know how long you've been on it, so on carnivore, but well, no, you're new to it, so I'll just tell you what we did
Mhm.
the first 30 days, and basically a lot of what Courtney said would apply to Cassie and I. We didn't use a whole lot of any artificial sweeteners. We weren't diet soda drinkers, but if I was a diet soda drinker, the first 30 days, still enjoy them and concentrate on just eating all meat and don't stray from that, with the intent of, like Courtney said, weaning off the diet soda with a goal of getting rid of it eventually, because the stuff's not good for you. And as far as snacking, uh, TV time would be when Cassie and I would get the urge to snack. We got one program we're following every week. Say it's Thursday night, we sit down, and I found that if I made some bacon, you can only eat so much bacon, So I cook up a pound of bacon, put it in front of us, and snack a little, but we would find we wouldn't eat much because we had eaten enough at dinner. We had eaten a big lunch. But and that helped us, get a couple pieces of bacon in, and you cannot overeat bacon. Let me tell you,
You
one or two
can.
pieces, and you're not in the mood for it. It's like, okay, I'm done. So, but I wish you the best of luck and stick to it, girl, because you're gonna feel amazing. Let me tell you, Dave.
Mm.
You got anything to
That's
add to that, Dave?
Sorry, I can't find the mute button. So yeah, I mean, look, just to add to what everyone said, I totally agree with what everyone said. Just to talk about this from kind of my experience, um, I like if you think about it as an alcoholic, right? If you have something that is going to set you off as an alcoholic, kind of tastes like alcohol or a little bit of alcohol or something like that, you probably when you're trying to give up, you're probably going to get go back into it very quickly. And I kind of see my addiction with alcohol almost exactly the same as that with sugar. And so anything that's sweet for me is gonna just I'm gonna start with a Diet Coke, for example, and I'm gonna end up under a pile of donuts or something. That's just the way it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I think, as everyone said, it's probably person by person, but I think you really need to evaluate your situation and think about, well, look, am I going to be able to just have the Diet Dr. Pepper, or am I going to be able to just have these flavored mineral waters, or is it going to spiral out of control? And if you've got enough control of yourself to be able to say, well, it's not, I'm going to be happy with this, then maybe it's okay to go that way at the start and then wean yourself off as you get more comfortable on carnivore. So it really comes down to your situation. The only other thing I would say, though, is the sweet taste is going to signal to your body that sugar's coming, and I'm not sure what a syphilic response. I'm not sure. I always say it wrong. It's going to create a response in your body your body's going to start expecting sugar coming in. So that's not necessarily going to be the best for your cravings and stuff like that. So you need to consider that as well.
Go keep you that insulin spike.
I want to add to that. If you are having trouble with cravings, like Darla, if you're going like 30 days and you just can't get rid of them, do the beef, butter, bacon, egg challenge for 30 days. Beef, butter, bacon, eggs. And if you can do that for 30 days, it will significantly help with your cravings. So it's a little extreme, but man, if cravings are a big problem for you, it will work. John?
And don't be scared. Like, I thought I have to give Larry some credit here too, because like my snack that is I'll walk and go bite into a big stick of butter now. Like if I have this like weird, I was not at that point for a long time, and I really secretly judged all you people that do eat the butter like that. Um, Even though I understand it and I think it's great, like I was like, those people they way out in that carnivore stuff, And nevertheless, Larry even made the frozen butter bites or whatever that. I was like, that's a good idea. How does he eat just butter like that? Like I'm good melting it on a steak or letting it melt, all the things, putting in the coffee. I get that, but just by itself. And I'm that guy now, leaving teeth marks in the stick of butter, putting it up there where the wife could see. Did you bite into the butter? Like, did you like? I positioned the teeth marks where like they're eye level so she could see it. Now, I'm that guy. If there's any left, I might eat the whole thing. But especially at night before I go to bed, if I'm hungry and my body's just like, you got to have something, I'm gonna hit that butter up. But like a lot of people, go ahead, brother.
No, you finish your thought, man. Finish your thought.
I was just gonna, a lot of people, find coming, that your taste is gonna change, and a lot of people coming into this think that under eating, they bring that under eating idea with them. I have not under eat. I have literally eaten my way to where I'm at. It's not like there was not been a point over the last year and a half where I was like, man, I am absolutely starving. I haven't, I've got to fast for X amount of hours and all these things. And so like I eat when I'm hungry and I don't eat when I'm not hungry, and I don't keep arbitrary time goals of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, those kinds of things. And I think that's something that we got to be careful of in the community. But I agree with everything they said as well on the question. Do you want to say something, brother?
Yeah, I got a question for all three of you. When's the last time you had peanut butter, and I mean like healthy, natural, organic peanut butter. Courtney?
Well, first, Sean, let me just say I'm glad you're officially a butter muncher now. Welcome to the club. Larry, okay, interesting. I haven't had it. And okay, I haven't had it since Carnivore, but I actually got my kids they're very like animal based, but I actually got them this tin of peanuts from Costco. And I was telling my husband the other day, I'm like, I am actually like really tempted by this tin of peanuts. And like they have stuff like I cut up their fruit, whatever, like I give them sourdough bread sometimes. I don't have any issues with food, but these peanuts, I'm like, I don't know. Like it's so tempting. I just want to reach my hand in there and grab a handful. Like you smell them, the salty, the crunch. I don't know what it is.
The
Sorry, that
smell
was a
of it.
loaded answer, but right when you said it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like what I'm battling right now. I would absolutely love a spoonful of peanut butter.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm that guy though. I would just go have it. I would if I was at that I think I
Oh, sorry. You haven't had peanut butter your whole journey, right? Probably.
no.
No. I didn't think so.
I can't remember the last time I had peanut butter. I have had sweets though. Like I had
Yeah.
2 pieces of cake at my nephew's birthday party, July the 4th.
Wow.
The last I was thinking about this, man. Like the last time I had a soda, like anything that wasn't water or carbonated water, the last soda I drank 2 canned drinks, February the 14th of 2022. 2 canned sodas, and that's the last time I have had anything other than water to drink.
Wow. That's crazy.
I mean, it's insane, and like I don't know. And I started drinking water in January before I started Carnivore in April, because I knew that I'm trying to take steps to find something that'll help, and I knew I was gonna go Carnivore. I just kept kicking the can, but I still did. I cut the anything with flavor now. You'll start craving the meat.
Dave?
Yeah, I've never been a fan of peanut butter, so I think like junior high school was probably the last time I had peanut butter. But and I like nuts, to follow on with the butter muncher and thing that Courtney said. I before Carnivore I was very much a nut muncher. but
Sounds too much like butt muncher.
But yeah,
that's what I heard when you said butter muncher.
That's our generation, I guess.
Yeah,
instantly
I
went back to Beavis and
for the
Butthead.
18 months.
Okay, yeah, I was craving.
How about you, Larry?
I was craving something the other day, and I didn't pick. And I mean, we're early in our journey when Cassie was having really hard time with very loose stool because part of her colon's been taken out, a pretty large part of it. She would eat a little peanut butter, and it would really help with her extreme diarrhea. You know what I mean? If we're out in public and boom, it hit, and So she was consuming. She doesn't anymore, but yeah, I was craving it the other day, and me and my son went to the store, and I was like, should I pick up a little jar? And I'm like, nah, it's not gonna do me any good, But on keto, I had it, I'd have a spoonful or 2 a day, good protein, fat. But anyway, I was just wondering.
I'm not crazy about doing stuff like that. I mean, I love the smells of most stuff. Yeah. Sometimes the smell, that's what got me with coffee, to be honest with you. Coffee's I had it, I didn't have it for 5 months. For those 5 months, I was golden. I was like, whatever, man. And then one day, I can't remember what I was doing. Anyway, something brought the issue of coffee up, and I brewed 1 pot of coffee, and it was back with a vengeance. There was nothing. I have bags of beans in there now for coffee. Like I went 5 months without it. I should have just kept going. I have more energy, and I know the right thing to do is cut it out again. But like I'm so addicted to it again. You know,
Yep.
that's a big one for me.
Yeah. I've given up coffee in the past, long before I did carnivore, and I felt so much better not having the coffee in there. And then just one day, I smelt it and went, "Oh yeah, I remember that,"
I was
and
like,
had one, and then it was
oh,
all over. It was just downhill. It's
yep, absolutely. And here we are with the with the coffee thing. Now, let's see, y'all let me get wild tonight on the questions and the talking, and I get fired up, man. Inactive use, nice question. My oven is messed up. Your oven is messed up doing this diet, getting oil splatter. Is it possible to get off? How do you guys get off the oven? I don't cook in the oven. I don't even know. I don't even know what that kitchen's for. Honestly, no. I do. I do the steaks and then usually do them on the grill. But that's about it. What you guys? You got something better? Some good advice for cleaning the oven? Because I can assure you, I haven't.
Courtney,
only use a frying pan. So
Courtney would probably have some good advice. Cassie would have better advice than me, but I just a degreaser, you know. But Courtney, what do you use to clean that kitchen? You got little ones, so I know that kitchen gets
Yeah,
dirty.
you think I'm keeping up on cleaning the kitchen? No. I have no tips for this.
That's
I
right.
have no tips. My oven isn't messy though. I wonder if they mean like the stove, if that's what they're asking
Yeah.
about. Because I mean, I don't know, just wipe it down with some soap. I don't have anything like I don't know. I just haven't had an issue that everything wipes off easily if I decide to wipe it off.
We have a 409 degreaser, you know, that'll cut right through it. So try something like that, but don't let a greasy stovetop, you know, dissuade you from doing the carnivore diet for sure.
Man. If you drop something, you just got more flavor.
You can just
follow
lick
the
it.
McDonald's methodology: clean as you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Now clothes, on the other hand, I can talk to you about grease stains in clothes, which in the grand scheme of things, I was planning on getting rid of them anyway. You know, I knew they were short term after a while. I was like, man, I can't stay in a certain size for anything, and so like I didn't worry about the grease stains. Now, like I've got a little bit more experience, so I can duck and dodge a little better than I used to. But I think that's the big issue with the grease, man.
Well, you probably don't get nearly as many grease stains now that you're thinner because I mean, I just got rid of a ton of shirts and all of, you know, my big boy clothes. I still kept a couple for like some before and afters, but they were all covered in grease stains, you know, because my big belly and dripping and it
Because
was
I made it a plate.
it was pathetic. Yeah. Every shirt had a huge grease stain on it.
Yeah.
Same. Me too, Larry.
Yeah.
I have bacon grease or like it because it drips and then it catches it there. So yeah,
Right.
I'm a mess. But I don't. It's just part of the clothing. I'm sure Dawn gets it out, but I just leave it. It's like I'm in my grubby house clothes anyways.
Right.
That's true. Like I don't know, man. I haven't had an issue with the cleaning. Like I said, I've done the reverse sear. I do 5 steaks, 5 to 6 steaks at a time. Throw them in the oven for 22 minutes, and then throw them on the grill. Like I literally, it becomes like a process. There's extremely little mess. I use one of those little pans and just put them on there, put them in the oven, whatever.
You do six steaks at once?
Yeah.
Is that for like 2-3 days, or is that for you and Beth?
Yeah, it was just for whoever, either one of us that gets it. I'll do a couple 5 or 6 steaks, throw them, on the grill. We'll eat.
How do you
put them in the
reheat it
refrigerator
the next day if you're gonna have one?
In the microwave?
Yeah, baby.
I ain't scared of no radiation. And people gonna hit me up in the comments. They gonna let me know to use the air fryer.
Cassie, you hear that? You hear that, Cassie? There you go. Intentional carnivore uses a microwave on a steak. Yeah. She gives me crap for it all the time. So
it's so easy though.
I know.
Like I'm so lazy. Why in the world? Like y'all think I worked off 270 pounds in a year? You crazy?
Oh,
I've been telling y'all I ate my way here. No, I'm just kidding. But it's good stuff though, man. Oh, I've gotten rid of some. I gave Kip some clothes when he was out here.
hmm
They were church clothes though. It was good clothes. Courtney, has your skin always been so beautiful?
Well, thank you. No, it's improved a lot. I mean, I have a lot of makeup on right now, but no, I had horrible acne like pretty much my entire life. Didn't realize it would improve from eating this way. I feel like no one mentioned that. No one, I was out of
Right.
the loop. I didn't know a lot of things, benefits that I would get. Yeah, no, it's cleared up drastically, and I've always been a picker, and now I don't even have anything to pick. So now my scars are starting to clear up. So yeah, it's been
Mhm.
great. But the only bummer I will say with my skin now is now that I've lost so much weight, I don't have that fat to fill out my skin. So now my wrinkles are starting to like come out, but that's the only
Mhm.
bummer about my skin. But thank you.
That's the that's one of the first things my wife knows too. I mean, the skin healing. I mean, I had edema and like I had tears in my legs. Like, I mean, unless you know what weeping edema is, a lot of people probably seen their parents or grandparents that had issues with congestive heart failure, and they get the weeping edema and the scarring and all the stuff. Man, that was an issue that I had too. And now I've got fresh skin. I've still got scars where the weeping edema had created like these ulcer sores in my legs that would never heal. And because of the type 2 diabetes, like I would have lost my legs. Honestly, it would have been a miserable existence for me from till the time I died. Which I really knew that was where I was headed, and knew there wasn't much I could do about it. And so that's much more, I don't, gratitude in my heart is, I guess, the best way to say it, for the second chance opportunity to do something with life, man. That's the other passionate reason for doing it. And I guess you guys obviously can attest to the same, because you found that hope and that drive and that second chance. It's not just about the way of eating. And that's what I love about the people, most of the influencers I know. Yeah, I mean, it's not even the ones that are hardcore and what they feel like's right for them. They're not. You got to do it this way. Like, you got to do what works, and we support you in whatever that is to a better life. But if you want to experience what we've experienced, you got to experience it the way we experienced it. Like, if you want to do this, here's how I did it. Hopefully, you can try it and do it like that, and it works the same way for you. But a lot of people are different, man, and there's no reason to isolate because of that. Somebody actually brought the issue up to me in an email. We were talking back and forth about the keto carnivore conversation that always goes on. And they were like, "Well, I just wanted you to know that I was, keto, or I'm carnivore." I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "Well, I'm not carnivore." And I'm like, "Well, it's the ketogenic spectrum. I mean, there's let me get my fingers right. That much difference between the two. Like, I mean, so what? What difference does that make to me? Like, I don't care if you could get healed eating a vegan way of eating, more power to you. Like, I've never seen it. I don't see the testimonies. I'm not mad at you. I just don't want you to ruin my party, Don't be attacking my girl all the time where I gotta feel like I need to jump in and be defensive, you know. Don't be attacking it, whatever. I mean, it's not necessary. And they do it, man, but it's all about love. It's all good. Oh, where's my water? I set it down. Getting off. Y'all see anything I missed?
Here's one. There's one just come through from Anne at 10:14.
Ali asked one I missed. I'm sorry. And then you said 10:14. Let me grab Allison's real quick. Do any of y'all have autoimmune issues? Did you, Courtney? Any autoimmune? No, Larry.
Not for me.
No, I did not. Dave, how about you, bud?
Mm-mm.
No, nothing.
Sorry.
Nothing that I know of. Nothing that, yeah.
Yeah. My mom, like, that's one of the things that I asked my mom because I'd seen Nisha Berry had Hashimoto's. I actually heard her talking about it this week again, and that's one of the reasons why I tried to talk my mom into doing keto, and would explain her doing keto because she ate salads every day already, but she would add fruit and all the different sugars and stuff like that. But she had Hashimoto's disorder with her thyroid, among other issues, and she's seeing some improvements. I mean, she's still on her medications and everything. It's not like it's reversed completely. My mom, uh, you know, but she can tell a difference in the way she feels, and she can tell a difference in her numbers getting better. And I've heard some other testimonies about it, but a lot of different autoimmune. Let's see. And you said 1014, or
I got a
and then what she
question while
told me.
we're waiting for you to pull that up. Courtney,
Yeah, go ahead.
was your husband ever overweight? Because he looks like he's in really good shape, and you guys are pretty young. So I'm assuming like you gained your weight from having the kids. Has he ever been
Yeah,
heavy?
I mean, no, but I mean, and I feel like he carries it well too. Like when we first started this, like he lost like 30 pounds.
Oh, really?
Um, and he might be watching this, I don't know, but he's got like a little belly right now. So he's not like quite there, but he cheats here and there with his food. But yeah, he was never, yeah, like 30 pounds,
Because
I
I'll
would
see
say.
him when he jumps in with your Instagram with you. You know what I mean? And it's like, he
Mhm.
doesn't look overweight at all. I mean, he looks like he's in really good shape. So
He
that's
is.
awesome.
And it's funny because literally right before I came on here, he was talking about like getting back at, we were talking to Jim. He's like, because I look amazing, but I'm not really feeling amazing. So I need to get back at it. So yeah.
uh, I dig the sense of humor. Very cool.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's the main reason why I do it. I want to feel amazing too. That's a fact. I feel amazing whenever I work out. Like and when I say work out really loosely, because I do go to the gym. I will go to the gym, um, and lift. I got to get my membership so I can get the little card or whatever. But I will go do it. I love walking though, being active in some way for a set amount of time because I feel that much better. I mean,
I'm looking forward to getting to that point because I hate doing it. I really do. But I'm gonna keep trying.
hmm I mean, it's easy to get out of the habit of it too. There's always a
Yeah,
reason not to
I
be active, but
I do feel better when I do it. Like when we did our walking July challenge, I,
hmm
I I felt really good all month. But yeah, I just stopped doing
it's
it.
a,
You know what I mean?
it's a hard habit to get into, making yourself go out there and just get active when you're used to just chilling, and not being as active.
Yeah.
Or you're busy all day and you come in and you're tired and you don't feel like doing it. But man, when you devote that time, man.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that
with you
you
though, Larry. It's hard for me.
go
I've
ahead.
never, sorry, it's such a delay
No,
too.
you're fine.
I've never been one that like loves working out. I do, once I get in a groove, I feel really good, but it's easy for me to fall off. What I have been doing though is I've been getting on the bike. I mean, some people have like, the little walking pads, but I feel like for me, I have like the sit down bike. So I'm taking that time to like edit my videos because clearly I don't do anything from a computer. So I'm just on my phone editing videos or like replying to DMs or getting like some sort of work done. So I'm kind of like killing two birds, one stone.
You're
And that's been like,
multitasking.
yeah, that's been like the only reason why I've been really good at getting my steps in for the day is what I'm trying to do lately, and lift when I can. But yeah, mostly just getting those steps in.
Well, I got a creator
hmm
question for you. Do you edit your Instagram stuff all on Instagram, or do you use an app?
I I use an app. It's either Splice or I will do it in TikTok and download it from TikTok before I put it up. But I'm not doing anything crazy. Like my videos
Right.
are very simple. Like there is like someone speaking of this, like they're like, oh my gosh, you're saying you're eating the butter, but I saw you take a bite and then cut it. I'm like, you are overestimating my editing skills. Like there's no way I can do all that and make it like I think my stuff is so simple. So yes, it's all on the phone, either in TikTok or Splice, and nothing special.
Yeah, I think with Instagram, the people I follow, like you and Laura Spath, I watch all your guys' stuff. Lily Kane, there's a couple guys that aren't carnivore that I watch. It seems like in the carnivore space that the women are more proficient at Instagram, and just doing your daily stories. I think that did you? Sorry, we're going on. I'm asking about this. No, stop, girl. Did do you find that did you have to like work on doing that every day, or did it just come naturally and like, start talking to the camera?
To like show up in stories.
Stories. Did you like, is it, I know now you do stories without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? Just your daily life. You're busy with the kids, hit the button and do your story. But was that something that you struggled with in the beginning of Instagram, or did it just come naturally?
Yeah, no, I don't really remember stories per se. I remember like my first live and I was terrified. And that was probably like, less than 2 years ago. I don't totally remember like stories. But yeah, I wouldn't have imagined that it would have been easy. I mean, I'm actually like an introvert, and like I joke like I would thrive in solitary confinement. So like being like in stories and being on these videos is definitely like a step outside of my comfort zone. And there's some days where like I don't feel like showing up and I won't. But then there's sometimes that I come on and I'm like, I am chatty, like, and I have like 80 stories that day. I am oversharing. I am complaining. I am ranting. I am sharing my wins. So like now, like I'm getting a little like we're having fun. I'm a little chatty. I may talk too much, but yes, it definitely like it wasn't easy right off the bat. But now I just think of it. I'm in my own little reality TV show over here.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And it is a daily thing on Instagram where YouTube's different. I mean, you can do YouTube like that. I mean, for a while early in our journey, I was doing daily content to keep myself accountable, but it's just a different format. And I don't know, people that do it well, I like to pick your brain. So I guess maybe I shouldn't do it on the stream, but give away all your secrets.
No, that's good. That's good stuff, man. You're teaching us who are still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's good to hear how other people are doing things.
Oh,
Because
I'd love to. I'd
like
love to see Dave. I'd love to see Dave Mack on some stories with that soothing voice every day. Come on, Dave.
I love how
Dude.
you say that the women tend to do Instagram better, because I'm starting that makes me feel good, a little bit better about myself, because I am just so bad with Instagram. I like open the app and something comes on and go, I feel 100 years old. It's
Right.
We're streaming on Twitter right now, dude. Like, how active are you on Twitter? Like, the only thing I do is stream on Twitter. Like, Twitter makes me so mad. I can never say what I want to say in that amount of characters. I thought Elon would have fixed this issue by now. Like, you need to let us people who rant and go over and above with their words all the time, every day, have their free reign for a little while on Twitter there, or X, or whatever you want to call it next week. Like,
I
can we please get
find
that?
you and I end up getting tagged in conversations on Twitter, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
even understand how to find out what the original thing was that got us tagged in this. Like, I can see all these replies, and I don't know what it means. I don't know what the context is. So it's like, if I reply, what am I going to say? Oh, yeah, me too. It's
And it's 6 days after the post took place. I'm like, I forget
Yeah.
that app even exists.
Courtney,
Instagram, like, yeah, oh
Courtney,
man, y'all got me started on that.
Courtney, how
Go
many
ahead, brother.
how many TikTok followers you got, Courtney? I know you're up there.
101,000.
Yeah, that's like
But
Oh
bam.
wow.
you know what? Like 80% of them are like hate
Hey,
follows.
right?
They
What?
hate me over there. Yeah.
That's why I haven't gotten on there, because I don't know if
That-
Cassie could handle the hate.
That says
I
a
know
lot
it's
about
No,
TikTok.
don't do it.
Yeah, so that's a
Yeah.
lot of toxic people on there. A
It's
lot.
nasty.
Yeah. So, well,
But you
good
know
Mm,
for
what?
wow.
I think things may have changed as far as like the organic growth. I listen to a lot of Gary Vee, so bless him.
Mm.
I got on, when I start, because I was on there actually before I started Carnivore. So I don't know if the organic growth is still doing its reach. My views have tanked in the last like handful of months, but I'm forever grateful for that toxic app, because that's what has gotten me like all the press that I've had. And my
right.
cookbook publisher found me on there. So I have a freaking book deal
Right.
because of TikTok.
Yeah.
So
I remember you saying that you all these doors open for you because of TikTok. I looked at
Mhm.
Cassie. I'm like, why aren't we on TikTok?
yeah,
But
And
no,
she,
man, I'm telling you, she couldn't handle the hate you get on there. I know you get some on there, Courtney.
uh,
Yeah,
on there, she gets it everywhere. Like I used to never keep up with the comments, on not like that. I mean, if I would watch your video, I would leave you a comment, but then like I didn't go back to it to keep up with what other people were commenting below and above me or whatever. Because I was talking to you. You made the video. You know what I mean? And then my wife comes to me one day. She's like, "Can you believe these people would call out Courtney like that?" And I was like, "What?" And so I checked the post, and I'm like, I spent the rest of the afternoon typing responses to people in your comments and deleting it. You know how they say if you want to get over something, but you probably shouldn't say what you thinking. Like type it up and then delete it. Like
I
I
need to
did
do
that the
that.
rest of the afternoon. I was like, you mother, diddy, 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 and
See,
I'll
I
delete
should
it.
do that because I type them and I get prompted. Are you sure you want to post this comment? It goes against our guidelines. I'm like, I sure do. Yeah, it's gnarly. It's gnarly because it's
Right.
interesting because it's like old stuff being pushed out. So when you're commenting, it's like new and fresh. But right now, I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
notifications from like a video I posted last week is being pushed out right now, and people are losing their minds. So it's like a lot of people don't know because they follow me, they've already seen it and they've commented and they've gone about their day. It's like delayed reaction
Mm-hmm.
with the algorithm. It's wild.
Yeah, I think that algorithm is too smart for its own good. It determines stuff. It makes up a reality for people. I think that's what's that's the AI back end of the technology world probably. Whatever algorithm is working, that's what's controlling the AI. I can't scientifically prove it. I don't have a degree and I've never read an article. That is a complete conspiracy theory in and of me that is mine. But like that's how I feel about all the inner workings of technology in the background that way. Oh my goodness. Did I get the question? Oxalate dumping. And we're about an hour and a half, so we'll wrap up here in a second. Any of you concerned with oxalate dumping? What about you, Dave? Oxalates? Did you have oxalate
Yeah,
dumping?
uh, I don't think I experienced any of that, and so yeah, I can't really add anything to this. I've heard a lot of people talking about how bad it is, but I haven't experienced anything. Larry, how about you?
yeah, I did for like one time for like 2, 3 weeks. It was like a rash on the back of both my calves. And it got really bad, and I was like, "Damn, what is this?" And Cassie's like, "It's either poison ivy, poison oak, or oxalate dumping." And I think that's what it was. It cleared up though. But man, it was very painful, and I was scratching to the point where like I was bleeding. You know what I mean? And I mean, my daughter had eczema pretty bad when she was really young, and it reminded me of that, because she used to scratch so bad that she'd break her skin, and I've never done that before, so it wasn't fun, but it cleared up. How about you, Courtney?
No, never had any issues that I knew of. I see it talked about a lot and it's definitely a thing, but yeah, not my area of expertise.
Yeah, I think oxalates. I had oxalate dumping, so like I had the red splotches on my thighs. It looked like a almost like I don't know, the urticaria you'd get with an allergic reaction, like a real allergic reaction when you get the urticaria and your throat starts swelling off, stuff like that. I mean, it was pretty severe. It itched almost like poison oak or poison ivy, something like that. Not as bad as poison sumac. That poison sumac, I've had it a couple times, and that junk it like eats your skin out. It feels like, but the oxalate dumping kind of felt like an itch, like a mild version of poison oak, like when you get poison oak pretty bad. So I paid attention to it. I think the my biggest issue and where I was getting the most of it was from the black pepper. Because I continued to eat black pepper, thinking, well, I eat salt. I'm not eating the garlic because garlic does have just a little. I was extremely strict when I first started. And then I started adding some stuff back in, as far as spices, whenever my body could tolerate it. I do eat some black pepper still, in a mix that I buy. Nothing that would have sugar in it, but the oxalates in the black pepper I'm aware of. That's why, I don't eat a whole lot of it anymore. Because it's like 20 times, black pepper's got 20 times more oxalates than even the white pepper or regular pepper.
You guys want to know how far Sean has come along in his journey? You hear him rambling on with his answers. When he was at my kitchen table, I swear I'd ask him, so, tell us about, the last couple of weeks. How's it been? And he'd just sit there and be like, it was rough. And that was it. Now listen to the boy talk. It was pretty
I remember
awesome.
you saying something about mental clarity and calling me out about it. That was a
Yeah,
good video, though, man. It's gonna be good to
yeah,
hang out tomorrow, man.
it's pretty awesome.
What message you guys want to leave them with? I guess we'll start with you, Miss Courtney, if you'd like. Leave a message and close, and we'll jump off, man. I know we've been at it almost a little over an hour and a half, and we got lives to live and bed to get to and kids to get ready and all the stuff. It's been fun though.
I wasn't prepared for this part. You know what? My message, I feel like, is something that I've already said, but I'll just double down on it. Like, if anyone's curious and just learning about this way, give it a shot. Like, what do you have to lose except for your, crappy health issues? Like, knock on wood, I can't say like, oh, nothing bad will happen. But if you're worried about like, what everyone says about the arteries and the cholesterol, like nothing bad's gonna happen. Give it a shot, see how you feel, and then make your judgment. 30 days minimum, definitely 90 days. The magic happens after 90 days. And yeah, my motto is eat meat and question everything. So there you go.
I love it. I love it. Larry, what you got, brother? You want to say anything with
Well, hell yeah.
it?
I had a great time with you guys.
Yeah,
It
man.
was really cool. And, these are real warriors right here. You got Dave, Courtney, and the Intentional Carnivore. And I dig all your guys' stuff. You guys, any of my viewers aren't subscribed to any of them, go check them out. And don't forget, gang, we got our holiday weight loss challenge. It'll be starting November 20th and it'll go 6 weeks. And we're just all going to band together and try to lose a little weight during the holidays. If that's even possible, we shall see. But we'll see you next Friday. And I love you guys. Dave?
Yeah, great being on with you guys. Also, great to catch up with you, Courtney. And I really love what you said at the end there, Courtney. Eat meat and question everything. That sounds awesome. That's a great rule of thumb. And to everyone, thanks for coming on and being with us and chatting, asking questions. And always love catching up with you guys and looking forward to next Friday. Cheers, Sean.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your night to come on to chat and have fun. It was a blessing to spend this time laughing and cutting up and going on and sharing real stuff, real stories, and real answers for people. I really enjoy seeing all the people show up, and I can't wait to do it again. If y'all got anything, you guys know, hit me up anytime. And everybody in the comments, if you liked it, leave us a comment wherever you're at. If you're not subscribed to any of these guys, you need to be. I mean, it's just supportive, and we appreciate you guys for it. And we'll see you guys next time. Stay strong and keep pushing forward.